Besides Doctor Who, what's your favorite TV show?
Ooh, what's my favorite TV show? Okay, so there's my favorite TV show growing up, which is nothing really sci-fi related, but it's Friends. And I've just been shooting this pilot for ABC on the Warner Brothers lot, and every time I put my foot on the ground, I'm like, I'm on the same ground as the Friends cast was. And it's just amazing to me. It really is.
So shooting a pilot, so you're open, obviously, to go into serial TV again?
Yeah, I was like, it would have to take something really special for me to commit to that length of time again. And I was like, I'm not going to do it, absolutely not. And then the script came along and I was like, oh, okay, it was really good. And it's funny, I played this like horrible, narcissistic, social media obsessed girl who doesn't really have any friends. And she tries to rebrand herself as a nicer person.
Hello. Hey, I just saw, so far, I just saw the selfie trailer, so I have to start with, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm good. If you guys haven't checked it out, yeah, the selfie trailer is now out there, and that's coming out in the fall, and it's like a My Fair Lady for social media?
Yeah, basically I play a really horrible person called Eliza, who's really obsessed with herself and taking selfies, and she basically has a very strong online presence, and then she hires a marketing manager to rebrand her as a more likable person in real life.
All right then. So wait, would you say that you're selfie obsessed?
Me, as a person?
Yes.
I barely take selfies, and when I do take selfies, I don't know what to do with my face, so that's why in all of my selfies I look really shocked.
Really shocked?
I'm like, because I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm really into accents and dialects from different areas, and I've seen the trailer several times for Selfie, so I was curious, being Scottish and having to learn the American accent, how hard was that for you, and was there anything particularly American that you watched to kind of pick up the dialect?
Well, I feel like we used to play Barbies when we were younger in the UK in an American accent, which I now only realize is weird. But like, I guess it would just be neutral to you guys. But yeah, so I feel like I've been training from a very young age. But then when I had to do Oculus, I had this like 13-minute monologue in an American accent, so I did all the groundwork then. But then for Selfie, that's a very particular Valley Girl voice that I had to learn from modern TV shows, because I feel like it's more modern. It's like the oh my god thing. So I watched Girls.
We don't all talk like that, just
yeah, I just watched Girls and listened to their, that TV show on HBO, and listened to them because they have some strong voices going on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey there.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to know, what do you think was the biggest difference from being on the set of TV shows like Doctor Who and Selfie, or being on the set of Oculus and Guardians of the Galaxy?
TV and film are quite different. The difference between, Doctor Who and Guardians of the Galaxy were kind of similar because they're both sci-fi shows. So when I walked onto the set of Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, I want a spaceship. I've got this. I know what I'm doing. But the big difference was it was maybe like 20 times bigger. It's just the scale of everything in movies is bigger.
Yeah. Well, actually, kind of expanding on that, going from the set in Wales for Doctor Who and doing an episodic show to LA for Selfie, what was the differences between those two environments? LA, sitcom versus sci-fi in Wales?
It was colder in Wales. It was real cold there.
Yeah.
It was, and essentially the job was the same. I was doing the same job. It was just like, we would take 5 days to shoot an episode of Selfie, and it was just kind of like fun and light jokes all the time. Whereas on Doctor Who, it was life or death situations every single day.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun.
Life and death. It's good times, yeah.
So Selfie is one of my favorite new shows, and I'm really
Oh,
sad it got
thank you.
canceled.
Oh,
so.
thank you so much for watching.
Anyway, you had an American accent in that.
Yeah.
I was just wondering about what the kind of process is for like
for developing an American accent.
Yeah, they were really good, by the way. I like.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
that was
you.
really good.
The rest of the episodes will be on Hulu, which is quite
I
exciting.
know, I'm so excited.
Yeah, so you can watch me pretending to be American more, or trying. But yeah, in terms of developing that, I just watched a lot of American TV, and I also would go to like these exercise classes where a lot of girls have that Valley Girl accent going on. And I would just listen to them and be like, oh my God, I'm sweating. What are you doing? And it was kind of amazing. And then it just kind of went from there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I really like your show, Selfie, and everything.
Thanks.
But I was really wondering, what made you really want to choose that role as a sort of like socially hooked into like the internet?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
deal.
the role in Selfie.
Yeah.
Well, when I first read the script, one weird thing happened where I started reading it out loud, which I've never done before. So I was like, oh, this is weird. And I've always wanted to be a character actress. And for me, that is a huge departure from, I mean, I hope, my own personality. And you know, it's a different voice, it's different mannerisms, it's different from a different country, it's just different everything. So I was like, this is going to be a challenge for me. And also, I grew up on American sitcoms, so I was like, if I get to shoot in the same place that they shot Friends, that's going to be the coolest thing ever.
Name a question, please.
Cool TARDIS dress.
Thank you. My name is Jessica, and my question is actually about Selfie. I absolutely loved you as Eliza Dooley, and of course was devastated when it was canceled. But my main question is about the scene where you sang Chandelier. That was very powerful and moving, and I just wanted to know what helped prepare you for that scene.
Yeah, that was a really sad scene. For those of you who don't know, between the two main characters who should be together but can't seem to figure it out. And I think I just got into a really sad place. I didn't think of anything in particular. I tried to imagine what it's like in a sort of like deep, unrequited love situation, because that's how she was feeling. And also that song and that rendition of the song really helped with the emotion. It's really sad.
I wish that you actually had a cover version of it out. It was beautiful.
Oh, that would be cool. I'm pretty sure it's someone else's cover version that I ripped off though, so.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi Karen, I'm Lindsay.
Hi.
I also have a Selfie question.
Oh yeah.
So in Pygmalion, she chooses Freddie. In My Fair Lady, she chooses Henry. Will you please tell me, obviously we know it's Henry, but will you tell me who you would have chosen in Eliza's character so I can have some closure?
Wait, so you want to know who Eliza would end up choosing?
Yeah.
It has to be Henry. Like, it has to be. Played by John Cho, who is the most wonderful, amazing actor. He's from Star Trek. Yeah, I think it has to be those two.
Will you tell me, like, will you pretend to be Eliza and just say,
Okay, I'm gonna pretend you're Henry. Henry, it was always you. Thank you.
Hi, Karen.
Hello.
Just want to say we loved you on Selfie.
Oh, thank you so much.
Was playing Eliza as fun as the character was on screen?
Oh yeah, I had a lot of fun playing that character. It was always a dream of mine to be in an American sitcom in some way because I grew up watching them and I love them so much. So that was just like a bit of a dream come true for me. And also just to get this ridiculous character to have fun with. I felt so lucky, and I learned how to speak in an American accent. You don't all sound like that to me. That was like a Valley Girl accent. It was really fun, and I was just given lots of freedom on set to kind of play around and be an idiot, basically.
Hi there.
Hi. So,
Hi.
So in Selfie, did your character get the guy?
In Selfie?
Yeah, they canceled it. I'm so sorry
Oh
about that.
yeah,
Was awesome.
I'm sorry that we didn't ever get get to the end. Okay, well, I'll make up the end. So Henry decides.
Come on, make it a good one.
Henry decides to man up and goes to Eliza's apartment and declares his love for her, and she's like, I love you too. And they live happily ever after and open their own pharmaceutical company where they sell really good drugs.
Ending ever.
That was good. I was really hoping for like a pirate or something exciting thrown in there as well.
But just drugs.
Just drugs, yeah. So and then that's the prequel to Breaking Bad.
Thank you for Selfie. I know it got canceled, but I really liked the last episode because it was a great message.
Oh, thank you.
And can you tell us any experience with you and John Cho?
Oh man, working with John Cho was so much fun. I find him to be one of the funniest people I've ever met. He's in Star Trek, which is cool. Oh my god, I have an N!
I know.
He has to be in the next Star Trek film.
Now. She will be the T-Klingon.
Oh, that would be so good. Yeah, working with John was really, really great. I actually wasn't familiar with this film, Harold and Kumar, that everyone keeps on referencing.
Yeah.
I mean, so like, yeah, I found him to be one of the funniest people, and we just had such a good time together. It was great.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
What about just with Selfie taking on this role that was inspired by Audrey Hepburn, Audrey Hepburn role?
Yeah.
Do you feel like the weight when you go into a role like that, like this is some pretty big shoes to sort of fill?
I would if it was closer to sort of Audrey Hepburn's version of the
Yeah.
character, but really this was a whole reimagining of the character because she was American, kind of like a valley girl, and it was in modern times. So it kind of just felt like a completely different character that was very loosely based on something else. But if I was doing My Fair Lady as it was, I would be totally freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of doing Eliza then, I mean, what was your process there of getting that accent down? Because obviously you're going to be doing it in multiple episodes and a long commitment.
Yeah, it was cool trying to find that voice, actually. I wanted it to be really specific and not just like general American because there's a certain way of talking among these types of girls that I really noticed when I went to Los Angeles. And I was like, whoa, that's really interesting, this sort of like valley girl thing. And sometimes it's really extreme.
So
like,
the question.
Like, oh my God. I was like, whoa, you talk really weird.
First of all, I just wanted to say that Selfie was like my favorite show.
Oh, thank you.
When they canceled it.
Oh, well, thank you for watching.
Say Selfie. My question is, what was it like working with John Cho?
Working with John Cho is amazing. He is one of my favorite actors that I've ever worked with, actually. He's incredible, and he's so cool, and he's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. He's so dry and sarcastic, which is just like exactly the type of stuff that makes me crack up. And I mean, I'm a fan of his from the Star Trek films as well. So yeah, it was really great working with him, and we've definitely remained friends.
Selfie obviously kind of loosely based on George Bernard Shaw, Pygmalion, and My Fair Lady.
Yeah.
This idea of achieving fame in Selfie through social media, why did you find that a compelling notion, and why did you want to be a part of that show?
Because I think it's just extremely relevant to this point in time. I mean, I'm on Twitter quite a lot of the time now, and I find
We all follow you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
You tweeted once.
Did I? Whoever you are. Oh, you. Hi. Oh, well, nice to see you in person. So yeah, I just thought it was an incredibly relevant TV show, and at the heart of it, I thought was a really interesting character who wasn't well liked in real life. And again, I got to be her lawyer and figure out why that was. And she was very much not celebrated in her younger years, so she sort of turned to social media to get that sort of attention from people, and that was just a compelling character for me.
Awesome.
A lot of folk are talking that's out there in the media about the late lamented series Selfie.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it being pulled?
really sad. We were all really, really sad that Selfie got cancelled when it did. We were like, no, this is an injustice. But to be honest, like, I'm just so glad that I had the experience because it was crazy. I mean, to be in an American sitcom, that's what I grew up watching. I loved Friends so much. And we were shooting on the same lot as they shot Friends, so I just couldn't believe it. And there was like all these golf carts going around. I was like, whoa, this is it. So that was really cool. And I really enjoyed playing the character as well.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
I think like many people, I was really sad when Selfie was canceled.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, you're sad.
I guess my question is, if it hadn't been canceled, where do you think Eliza, what direction would she go in? What would happen with her and Henry?
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously they're supposed to be together, Eliza and Henry. I like to think that they would have got together, they would have got married in Vegas, and they would open up a pharmaceutical company together, and yeah, be like this pharmaceutical power couple with ginger Korean babies.
Okay, I was wondering which version of My Fair Lady inspired your character on Selfie?
Oh, I mean, I guess the film with Audrey Hepburn. Yeah, but I mean, she's very much her own version. I mean, you know, this sort of like Valley Girl selfie person. I don't know. Audrey Hepburn didn't really do that, did she? Yeah, no, and also just like lots of girls that I would see around Los Angeles in like cycling classes and stuff. They really inspired the character. I was secretly watching them the whole time, and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm cycling."
I love hearing that voice come out of your head. It's amazing.
Hi. Hi. I've heard you've done a really good impersonation of a Dalek, and I was wondering if you could do that for us.
What should I say? Give me something really weird to say, because I always say exterminate. What? Dialogue from Selfie? That's a Dalek. Okay, yeah, you really delivered on the weird front there. Okay, I mean, I'm Eliza Dooley, I'm gonna say. I am Eliza Dooley! No, I'm doing.
What can I use to fill the suburgatory-shaped hole in my heart?
Con man. It's pretty obvious. Con man. You know, I can pull suburgatory actors in. We almost got Dahlia, but she got busy. Yeah, you know, Emily Kapnick, if you haven't seen Selfie with the lovely Miss Karen Gillan, that was the same creator, and the humor is just as good. It's if not better, because it's you know, you sort of, you don't want to say better or worse. It's just another opportunity for her to express herself, and it's really funny. Plus, Karen Gillan's the lead, and she's amazing. Right? She's an amazingly funny woman. Like I don't know what goes on with ABC and all of the Warner Brothers. I don't know how they decide what stays and what goes, but I feel like if they had given that show a real shot, Karen would have been getting Emmys. I don't know any other comedic actress on television that was delivering such a solid performance week after week after week. Yeah. So I'd say, look, watch Selfie, and then after that, Con Man.
Nice.
Next question.
What was your reaction to Selfie being canceled?
I was really sad that Selfie got cancelled. We all had such a good time making that TV show. And I got to work with John Cho, who was in Star Trek, which was pretty exciting. Yeah, I never saw that. That was one of the first things I said to him. Yeah, tell me about it. But no, it was, to be honest, I'm just so glad I got to have the experience, because I grew up watching American sitcoms like Friends, and so to go into the Warner Brothers studio every morning for my job was insane. And it was in the same place where they shot Friends, so I was just starstruck the entire time. So yeah, we were all really sad when it got cancelled.
First person up with her Minions Tata shirt.
Hi, I'm a huge Doctor Who fan and you're my favourite comedian, but I actually have a Selfie question. When you were in the show, you did a song called by Sia for Chandelier. I was just kind of wondering what kind of preparation you may have had to do for that.
Any what, sorry?
Preparation.
Oh, preparation to sing the song. So basically, there's an episode of Selfie, a TV show that I did, where everybody has to sing a karaoke song, and my character had to sing a song, the Chandelier song by Sia, and I basically went into a recording studio and recorded it, and then mimed to it, so that was the only preparation I did.
You recorded your own song?
I did, for the TV show. I'm not very... Oh, God, is it okay?
I've just got knights fighting over there.
Oh, right, it's not like that.
Yeah, you can go bash a knight.
I'm gonna go and do that. That sounds great. No, that was the only preparation. And then I sort of had to work on my lip syncing skills, which could be improved having watched it.
Have you recorded anything before? Have you been in the recording studio?
No,
How was
not
that?
really. It was cool. It was really cool, yeah. Must be a rock star for a day.
You go with the sunglasses, a little bit hungover.
Cool, yeah, sunglasses, one of those baseball caps to be inconspicuous.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I saw you in Selfie when you did the whole Chandelier thing, so I just wanted to say your voice is amazing. And my question is, if you could be in any musical, what would it be?
I could be in a musical. One that Arthur Darvill writes for me specifically. That's what I would do. Because he is the most amazing, talented musician ever. Like, he can play any instrument you put in front of him. It's really weird and freaky. And any song, you can just shout out a request and he can just automatically play it. And he writes musicals, so I feel like this would be a good team up.
I like that idea. I like that a lot. Thanks for the question. All right, we'll go over here.
Hey Karen, first thing I want to say is that I really loved Selfie and I thought you were so amazing.
Thank you.
I was one of the people fighting so hard to keep it on.
Oh, thank you.
And also I want to say thank you for all tall girls around the world because seeing you with the doctor made me feel normal.
I'm so glad. It's okay to be giant.
Look, they call you the ladies, but still, it's great.
I'll take it.
How do you feel when Selfie got canceled?
So sad. Me and John Cho were absolutely gutted. We had such a good time making that TV show, and I just loved playing that character because I had total freedom. I was just able to do anything. I was like, great. So we were really sad when it got cancelled. It was a really fun thing to work on, but the response afterwards was totally overwhelming. Like, so many people got behind us and tried to get it back, and we're so grateful for that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Since you are a fan of Star Trek, working with John Cho, did you get any? Were you peppering him with questions about? So what was it like to be on the Enterprise? What was it like to work in the Star Trek world?
Well, I feel like I was building up to that, and then the show got cancelled. I was playing it cool up until that point, and then I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to take him out one night and get all the gossip.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Well, what was it like filming American television versus British television?
I think the biggest difference, filming a TV show, you're sort of just doing the same job no matter what country you're in. You're an actor and you're going in to do whatever you do. But the biggest difference is probably the stuff that surrounds the TV show. Like, I think America just pumps a lot more money into stuff. Which is great for TV, I guess. And it means that you get like a huge array of food. And I honestly, I walked onto the set of Selfie and I was like, what, we're allowed any of this? And yeah, is there anything particular you want? And I was like, what? And it was the coolest thing ever.
Crafty for the win.
Oh my god, consistent coffee.
Even though that Selfie is short lived what was your favorite episode?
Favorite episode of Selfie was probably there was a karaoke episode. That was really fun just because I think it actually went to a slightly deeper place than your general sitcom. There was a bit more depth and you were understanding the characters emotionally a bit better. And I thought that was quite brave of a network comedy to do.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
I'm glad Sabine brought up Selfie because I thought it was a smart, sweet, funny, just all around great show. And it was so sad
was so well written would have been canceled.
Low viewing figures.
Why people didn't?
Why do I think that?
I think, to be honest, it was up against TV shows that you can't really compete with, like The Voice or NCIS and things that are just these like national, huge sort of TV things. And it's really hard to compete with that when you're a sitcom. So the timing is crucial. And I don't know, also maybe people were a little eye-rolling about the title, I don't know, which is a shame because I think it's actually quite a good title once you get past that sort of like, oh god, selfie. Maybe? Those are my theories anyway.
What was it like going from filming in a well-established show like Doctor Who to going to filming a new pilot, Selfie?
Oh yeah, that's actually really interesting because normally when you make a TV show and you start at the beginning, you don't know if it's going to be successful or not. And you're like, okay, so this is a leap of faith and hopefully we do well enough that people like it. But with Doctor Who, it's been going for so long, you just know it's going to be successful, it already is. And you're sort of stepping into this already established thing and it's quite scary because you don't want to ruin it. or, you know, be disappointing in it. So that's quite a unique situation to Doctor Who. And then going on to Selfie, it was like, okay, so we're establishing this and we're making it whatever it's going to be. And there was something nice about that as well because you have a bit of control over the way it goes. But they were both really cool experiences. They really were.
Hello. Hi. Nice to see you again. Thanks for the autograph. Really appreciate it.
Anytime.
I have a two-part question for you.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the show Selfie. It was
Thank
sad
you.
to see it canceled.
So much selfie love today. It's very exciting.
My question is, was it actually your voice singing in the karaoke scene? And if so, when do we get to hear you sing again?
Yes, it is my voice. I did mime to my own voice though, I will admit that. So I recorded it in a recording studio and then mimed to it, and that's why the lip syncing looks really weird in the scene. I can't mime. I don't know when you're going to hear me sing again. I really don't. One day. Oh my god! Okay. I'm going to sing the first note of Chandelier. Ready? Pop.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Over here?
Yeah, when are we going to get a digital release or some kind of way to buy Selfie on digital demand?
Oh, I missed that question, but it's about Selfie.
Yeah, when do we get to buy it? It's not on Netflix or Hulu or iTunes or Amazon?
No idea. That's a good question.
Or are you in the works?
I don't even know how to watch it.
Are you any more Hulu exclusive shows?
I mean, I feel like it would be good to be able to watch that. I'm going to ask them about that. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm to get better at knowing things about my career.
I'd like to shift gears a little bit and say that Selfie is the most criminally underrated comedy possibly. It's amazing, like all the jokes in it, you got amazing things coming.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Some people watched it.
It's right. I was heartbroken when I canceled.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I wanted to know what it was like to go from the strong and confident Amy Pond to the vain and vapid Eliza, and what did you have to do to get there?
Well, I feel like I'm just always trying to find the thing about the characters that I can grab onto. So, with Eliza, yes, she was like vapid and, you know, not this sort of, you know, she was obsessed with her image, and I figured that those were all symptoms of a deeper insecurity, which I think is something everybody can connect with in some way. You know, we all have our insecurities, and that's just how hers manifest themselves. So I kind of just grabbed onto that and then played around with that, I guess, just trying to find what's going on underneath and what's causing all of those things.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
This is a question for like a very like small but loud subsection of the internet who is still obsessed with Selfie after all these years. I don't know if you knew, but it just recently dropped off of Hulu on May 1st. And we're all very sad about it.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Aww. R.I.P. Selfie.
Hopefully it ends up on the Warner streaming service. All that stuff is moving around with all these new streaming services coming.
Oh, right.
But do people still ask you about Selfie?
Yes. Oh my God. It's actually so crazy how much of a lifespan this thing has had, considering it was only 13 episodes. people like responded to it. And, you know, John Cho has such an incredible fan base as well. And that show was the first TV show in America to ever have a male romantic lead, Asian romantic lead. And so it was quite groundbreaking in that sense. And it's cool to see the effects of that afterwards.
Do you think maybe you and him can have some super heroics together in the future, maybe?
I would love to work with him again. I see him every so often and we get on like a house on fire. And do you use that expression here in America? It means we get on.
We do.
Well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay. Just felt like that might have sounded really weird. Yeah, and so we always talk about the next project that we're going to do together. It's something that we always talk about, and we're going to figure it out.
Thank you so much for taking time, Karen.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Hello. Hi. So everyone is talking about Endgame and Jumanji, but you also played in Selfie ABC.
Yes.
And I just wondered, do you miss playing Eliza? Because I do miss this show.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I didn't know that people saw it in Germany. That's pretty cool.
I had watched it through the internet.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do miss playing that character. She was really fun, a real departure from myself, which is what I love about acting, is to just like escape into this other person. And I like that character a lot, and I like doing comedy so much. So yeah, I miss it. And John Cho was so much fun to work with. I love working with him. It'd be cool to do a reunion sometime.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
As for Selfie, while the show was sadly cancelled quickly, it still found an adoring fan base. And Gillen noted, "Yeah, it really hasn't waned either. It was a show that wasn't on for long, a network comedy. I wasn't expecting it to have a long-lasting effect. But one thing that happened at the time was it was the first Asian romantic lead on American television ever. And that had such a great impact on people, and I didn't even realize that until way into the shoot, and we realized that this was groundbreaking in a way that we didn't set out to do, and was so wonderful that it was happening. I see people appreciative of that, and that's really cool. John Cho is amazing."
Hello, I am Karen Gillen, and today I'm going to find out how well I know my IMDb page. I'm nervous. Do I know it? I don't know. What 4 credits am I known for on IMDb? What the hell am I known for? Is it Selfie, the TV show? What? Good on you, Selfie. You got cancelled after about 12 episodes, but you're going strong.
You have a lot to be proud of.
Yeah.
Refinery29 asked, "Speaking of Instagram, people are still obsessed with Selfie. Mashable recently wrote about how much they want the show back. Does a return to Selfie ever cross your mind?" Karen Gillen said, "I'm amazed at the lasting effects of Selfie because we really only did about 12 or 13 episodes, but somebody just told me it's one of my most known 4 things on IMDb. I get just constant tweets saying, I miss the show, and that is just so cool and amazing because I had such a good time doing it. It was my first time reading an American sitcom, and I grew up on American sitcoms in Scotland, so it was kind of a bucket list thing to get to do. But yeah, it would be cool to revisit that. I don't know if I like a full-time full series, but I don't know, maybe like some one-off thing or like a shorter thing would be really cool." Refinery29 added, "We should get John Cho on the phone and make this happen." Gillen responded, "That would be great. We go along really well, he's such a nice guy."